Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Leonardo Simple G, this time with a Warframe video. Now, there's this battle going on, at least at the time that I'm recording this, there's still a battle going on about who is going to buy Leiyu. Leiyu is the mother company that owns Warframe. So one of them might be Sony, which is a Japanese company that everybody knows, and the other one is Tencent, which is a Chinese company that owns a lot of mobile IPs. So that got me thinking, and I got me really excited about what might this do for Warframe, what might change. One thing that might change is nothing. I mean, either company might just, buy the IP and just let them do whatever they want. But on the other hand, some things might change. First of all, let me just begin with Sony. I think the game could win immensely with this, especially, in voice acting, in character animation, in cinematics. Sony is very quality driven in their content. They're not really driven just for updates for the sake of updates. I think most Japanese companies and most Japanese successful companies work this way, which is really good. Now, what might this mean if Sony bought Warframe? I think we would have some big changes, because first of all, I think the game would steer more to season pass, like Nightwave, just because it is the predominant form of business and model that most free-to-plays, if not all free-to-plays, have. It's just that I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying I do like Nightwave, of course. I'll just say that right now, but it is a trial and tested method of creating content for free-to-plays. You put a little cosmetics, a little boosters, maybe some form or anything in there, and it works. It just keeps players playing. It keeps them coming back for whatever there's a season pass. You could have, of course, now have both, which is like a season pass and a paid season pass. We already have kind of like this with Prime Access, because you can get the Warframes with relics, but if you buy the Prime Access, you get all the cosmetics in it. Now, most players, most free-to-play, what they do is when you have a free pass, you have like a character or a skin, but if you pay, the season pass will give you an extra skin or more cosmetics or more developed skin or a second skin or the same skin but version 2 or something like that. And I don't really oppose to that. Imagine, because Prime Access is like, I'm not sure what the price is right now, but the last time I checked, it was like the price of a new game. It's like $70 or something like that. And I was like, whoa, this is like buying a new game like every time it comes out. And the Prime Access comes out every, I don't know, every 4 months or something like that. It's in between the drops of Warframe, just like every 2 months. So every 2 months there's a Warframe, then there's a Prime Access, then a Warframe, then a Prime Access. They could put this like in a season pass. I don't know, because that will defeat the purpose of relics. So maybe they could put the relics on the season pass, and then you have to buy. But then you'll get involved in all this RNG. So you be playing to get relics to get RNG. I don't really like that. But or maybe they can put the Warframes there, and then you get like those credits. After the season passes ended, you get those credits, and the credits give you access to a vault, and in that vault are the relics for the all the content that's been out in the game. All the weapons or all the primes and all that. So yeah, they might change it like that. I wouldn't be really bummed out about it, as long as the content had more quality. The cinematics, the quests. Oh my god, the quests, the lore, everything just fell into place. Also, they will probably work out a lot in the tutorials, because a lot of people just run away of Warframe just because of that first part that scares everybody out. They will probably also do something that I don't know, a lot of people have been talking about from probably veterans, which is just close the game. Sony doesn't really work a lot with open betas. At least I don't remember any game they've done. I'm not saying that there isn't. I just don't come to mind anyone. So they'll probably close the game and do, a little bit of house cleaning, just for that, not repeating so many nodes, not having the same mission 30 times in the game. They will probably, rework invasions to be something more more useful, just not have just a little bit of drops, because then you have the season pass. But one of the things I think they would really work for is to have, player experience be at endgame in about, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that. A while back, the PlayStation had a PS Plus weekend, and so I tried Destiny with my partner and brother that has Destiny content in his channel. Go check him out. It's NFT Shada, and he does videos about Division and Destiny. And I tried it out, and in about a few hours. I mean, we were like one afternoon playing, and I was already doing content that he can play, you know. While on the other hand, if he comes to Warframe, he has to open the entire nodes and planets just so I don't end up just carrying him or just taxing him to everywhere. Some of the content is closed because it has quests in them, and it really made me think. If you want people to get into this game fast, you really can't have like 100 hours or 300 hours before you get to main content. Just the quest of the Second Dream and War Within have to be a lot closer to a new player, or else it just plays one afternoon. He opens up like one planet, maybe two, and he goes like, man, this is taking too long, this is just boring because I'm doing the same missions over and over again. So they move on to another game. That might happen. Sony might be one of those people that I want the game to be just as juicy as it can be, not with all this filler content. So yeah, they might change it like that. On the other hand, we have Tencent. Tencent, right off the bat, is a company that could create problems for us, for everyone in the community, because it's a Chinese property. So if you write something against Chinese or against the Chinese government, you might be in real trouble. Because they take those things seriously, as we've seen. It was a couple of months back. I don't know if it was a LOL or WoW. It was one of those that one of their prime players got canned. He got suspended for first a year, then I think it was 6 months, because he spoke against China and in favor of the Hong Kong protesters. And imagine you can do that. You do that either on chat or on trading or some a part of Warframe, and they go to cancel your account. They could suspend you. They could even ban you if they want. We have that right on top of us. We have that sword. Now, just talking about the games itself, unlike Sony, I don't think they will do any major changes in the game, because they like the IP, just to roll with it. If it's working, they just leave it alone. They would probably maybe also do more work with the season pass, but like I said about Sony, they might work that, because like I said, it's a tried and tested strategy, so they might go that way. But what I think they really should do, or maybe I would like them to do, is to take all that filler content, K drives, frame fighter, mining, fishing, and all that content, and turn it into a mobile game. I mean, don't get me wrong; these things have their place in the game, but they're not exactly activities for why we play Warframe. We don't play Warframe because we are going, oh, I like fishing so much, or I like mining so much, or I like to go around my K drives. We play to shoot people. We play to do shooting, to destroy things. That's why it's called a shooter. So if these contents could be made available on a mobile platform, and by playing them. Imagine having a Subway Surfer kind of game, but with K drives. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't it be really awesome? I mean, you would win like I don't know, maybe some credits, but then you get Forma. Well, credits is not really a really good reward, but maybe you could get universal medallions or something like that, or Forma, or Hurricane Catalyst, or Hurricane Reactor, or something like that. You could get some kind of currency in those games, and then you log into your game and use that currency to buy stuff from syndicates or from Nightwave or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'll be really down for that. If Tencent wanted to expand Warframe to other platforms in other genres, I wouldn't really oppose to it. I think that the game has so much content, so much stuff to do, that it wouldn't be a problem to just spread it out a little bit, That'd be cool. Now, all in all, between the two, I would go with Sony. Because one of the things that Sony likes to do is to invest in small indie developers, which I don't think they're really small now, but they still consider themselves indie. Digital Stream still considers itself indie to develop a new IP, and that will be really cool. I think not just the community, but I mean even the developers. I think they want to expand. They want to try new things, and Warframe, either because the community doesn't let them, or because they're just too accustomed to it, they can't really grow that much. I mean, once you make sci-fi, you can't really, make something like The Last of Us, or maybe like a God of War or something like that. We have to change everything about the game. So if Sony was in it, maybe they will, close the game, the game will still be the same, will still make profit, will still have events, will still have new Warframes and new Primes and all that, but it would probably give digital teams more leverage, financially even, to start other projects. And I would like to see that. I wouldn't oppose that because they've been working on this game like I don't know, it was 5 years before in development or something. Then it came out. It's got to be like more than 10 years, and I think they wanna reach out. I think they want to expand. I think that it's time for them to not exactly. I don't want to say move on, but to try different things. I remember a couple of years back they wanted to try a PvP game, which was the Martian successor, and because. But then Destiny 2 tanked and everybody went to Warframe, so they decided to bank everything on Warframe. I'm not saying they should go back to that, but maybe try something like that. Maybe not sci-fi again, although they are really comfortable there, but some other genre, some other game, some other universe. I really, really would really like to see that. As long as Warframe doesn't let like Forgotten in the corner, like other games happen. One of them I think was Terra, which was also free to play. But as long as they keep the content coming and the game interesting, but still work on something that piques our interest, and maybe some of them will go there. Maybe we'll have two choices. I think that would be really cool. But that again, that's just my opinion on it. Write down in the comment section what you think. What should be Sony? What should be Tencent? Try and write what good things Tencent might give to Warframe if you can. So this has been the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please like and subscribe. And as always, have a great game, guys.